You've heard of the Ten Commandments, the stone tablets Moses received on Mount Sinai. They're famous, universal, and powerful. But what if we told you there might be another version? A version hidden in Ethiopia for centuries, guarded by monks, whispered about in ancient texts, and almost completely unknown to the modern world. This isn't science fiction. This is history, rare, sacred, and possibly world-changing. Today, we're uncovering the 10 Commandments you were never meant to see, a mysterious version preserved deep in Ethiopia's Christian tradition. What are they? Where did they come from? And why have they been kept in the shadows for so long? Let's find out. Before we explore Ethiopia's hidden version, let's take a moment to revisit the 10 Commandments most of us grew up hearing. According to the Bible, in the book of Exodus, Moses climbed Mount Sinai after leading the Israelites out of Egypt. There, in the thick cloud of God's presence, he received something sacred, 2 stone tablets. On them were engraved 10 commandments, written by the very finger of God. These weren't just religious instructions. They became the moral backbone of entire civilizations. They included instructions such as, do not steal, do not murder, do not lie, do not commit adultery, honor your father and mother, keep the Sabbath day holy, worship no other gods. These laws were clear, timeless, and powerful. For centuries, they shaped laws, guided courts, and molded cultures. You could find them etched into church walls, displayed in courthouses, or recited in Sunday school classrooms. Whether you were religious or not, you likely knew them by heart, or at least understood their meaning. But as we reflect on their importance, one question lingers quietly in the background. Were those 10 the only commandments God ever gave? Or is there more to the story than we were ever told? To understand the mystery of the hidden commandments, we must journey to Ethiopia, a land rich in history, yet often ignored in Western faith discussions. Ethiopia isn't just another country in Africa. It's one of the oldest Christian nations in the world. Long before Christianity spread through Europe, Ethiopia had already embraced the gospel. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church traces its origins back to the 4th century, when a man named Frumentius helped convert King Ezana of Axum. That alone is remarkable. But Ethiopia's spiritual story goes even deeper, all the way back to ancient Israel. According to Ethiopian tradition, the royal family descends directly from King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. Their son, Menelik I, is said to have brought the Ark of the Covenant. Yes, the very one that carried the 10 Commandments, to Ethiopia. This claim is written in the Kebra Nagast, an ancient Ethiopian manuscript full of royal history and divine mystery. If that account is true, then Ethiopia might hold not only the Ark, but a different version of the commandments altogether, one that was never revealed to the rest of the world until now. Could this be the key to a forgotten truth? Let's delve deeper and find out. Let's uncover what has remained hidden for centuries. The Kebra Nagast is more than just a royal genealogy. It's a sacred text, written in the ancient Ethiopian language of Guizi, that holds the key to understanding Ethiopia's spiritual secrets. It tells a story most people have never heard. It says that when Menelik visited his father Solomon in Jerusalem, he was given wisdom, gifts, and secret teachings. But before he left, the Ark of the Covenant was secretly taken from the temple and brought to Ethiopia. According to the Kebra Nagast, this wasn't just theft. It was divine destiny. God allowed it. This was because Ethiopia had been chosen to preserve the truth when Israel would later fall. Now here's the strange part. The Kebra Nagast refers to a law of the Ark, a set of commandments or precepts that go beyond what's found in Exodus. They are stricter, deeper, and more spiritual. They are said to be known only to the keepers of the Ark, a group of Ethiopian monks who live in isolation in Axum, guarding what they claim is the true Ark to this very day. These men don't speak to outsiders. They don't travel, and they say they are bound to secrets the world isn't ready to hear. So what exactly are these hidden commandments, you may ask? To be clear, they're not written out plainly in the Bible. But Ethiopian Christian writings, monastic teachings, and oral traditions point to a deeper moral code, one that focuses not just on actions, but on intentions. Here are some of the principles believed to be part of Ethiopia's hidden law. Number 1. Purity of the heart matters more than purity of the body. It's not enough to appear righteous. You must be righteous inside. Number 2. Silence is sacred. Too many words lead to pride. True wisdom is often found in quietness. Number 3. The eyes must not wander. Lust, jealousy, and greed begin with a glance. Restrain the eyes, and the heart stays clean. Number 4. Fasting is a command, not a suggestion. Ethiopian monks fast for over 200 days a year. Fasting is seen as a path to spiritual power. Number 5. Earthly possessions must never rule the soul. Wealth is considered a test. If it distracts from prayer or charity, it must be given up. Number 6. No idol is just a statue. Even loving fame, food, or family more than God is a form of idolatry. Number 7. Dreams can be warnings, but not all dreams are divine. Interpretation requires prayer and wisdom, not superstition. Number 8. Music must lift the soul. Only songs that lead the spirit closer to God are worthy. Number 9. Angels are always watching. One must live every moment as though in God's presence. Number 10. There is no such thing as a small sin. All disobedience separates you from God, even in thought. Now, why were these teachings hidden? Why haven't we heard of this? The answer lies in history and in fear. After the destruction of Solomon's temple, Israel was scattered. The Jewish people were exiled. The Ark of the Covenant vanished from sight. If it truly went to Ethiopia, then this small Christian nation became the last keeper of something many believed was lost forever. Ethiopian monks believe that revealing the full law, especially what they call the higher commandments, could bring judgment upon the world if people are not ready to obey them. So they kept it secret. They passed it only from monk to monk, and they surrounded the Ark in silence, prayer, and isolation. Some believe European powers and even modern governments tried to access these secrets, but none were allowed to see the Ark inside, not even researchers or world leaders. Because if the hidden commandments were revealed, if they challenged the modern church or exposed forgotten truths, there could be spiritual chaos. At least, that's what some monks believe. So, what can we learn from them? If we look at the daily lives of Ethiopian monks, we see clues. They wake before sunrise, often in caves or stone chapels carved from mountains. Their lives are full of fasting, prayer, chanting, and silence. They live with no money, no luxury, no distractions. And their prayers? They often speak of obedience, not just to commandments, but to hidden commandments known only to the pure in heart. Some ancient texts say there are 300 laws given to those who carry the Ark inside. Others say only the chosen can bear this burden without being destroyed by the holiness it contains. Is it possible that these monks live by a law closer to the one Moses first received, before the golden calf incident changed everything? Some scholars say yes. They argue that when Moses came down the mountain and saw the people worshiping the calf, he broke the tablets, and the second set he received later was a lesser law for a rebellious people. Now let's pause and ask the big question. If Ethiopia truly holds a hidden version of the 10 Commandments, what does that mean for us today? It doesn't mean the traditional 10 are wrong, but it might mean they're only the beginning. It suggests there is more to holiness, more to obedience, and more to knowing God. It challenges us to look beyond surface-level religion, to ask the question, what does God really require of me? Not just church attendance, not just avoiding the big sins, but purity, sacrifice, quietness, and discipline. These hidden teachings don't just point at behavior, they aim for the heart. And maybe that's what we've lost in modern faith, the willingness to go deeper. To this day, no outsider has verified the Ark of the Covenant in Axum. Only one guardian monk is allowed to see it. He lives in a chapel behind thick stone walls, and he never leaves, not even for death. When he dies, another monk is chosen, and the secret continues. This mystery has drawn pilgrims, researchers, and even spies. But the door remains closed. This is because the monks believe the world isn't ready, not for the Ark, not for the truth, and not for the commandments we were never meant to see. We may never see the hidden tablets. We may never hear the full list of Ethiopia's sacred laws. But one thing is clear. There is more to the story of the 10 Commandments than we've been told. From Sinai to Axum, from Moses to Menelik, the journey of God's law is long, mysterious, and still unfolding. So what do we do now? We ask questions, we stay humble, and we seek truth, not just the truth that comforts, but the truth that transforms. Because maybe just maybe, the commandments you were never meant to see are the very ones your soul was always meant to follow. If this story opened your eyes or stirred your curiosity, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video if you learned something new. Subscribe for more forgotten truths and untold histories. And tell us in the comments, do you think Ethiopia really holds the Ark and the hidden commandments? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, stay curious, stay humble, and keep searching for the truth. I will see you in the next video.